second set of the day. We've got the Warriors taking on United Islands, but United Islands does have a couple of stand-ins, so it's going to be a little bit of a different lineup than we thought we were going to get. We're on hard point. We got both teams converging towards the centerpiece of the map, and we've got Hydro looking to make the first peek as the point first gets contested. Hydro shooting through the wall, gonna get Rin. Fantastic stuff already. Looking like a good couple of squad wipes coming out.
Yeah, both teams have stand-ins actually, and it looks like Chris's team got full wiped on that first push. A little crazy.
So, United Islands taking on the Warriors. Both teams' first set of the regular season. Islands working a small lead, but Rin is on point. Gonna tie things up here. We got 15 seconds left on this first point. Rin still anchoring down while the rest of the Warriors play spawn control. Islands having trouble clearing it up, but looks like they're going to rotate over to P2 now as Rin finally gets taken down by Sully, and they'll contest over P2 with the Warriors in the lead now for the moment. We'll see how the Islands work P2, and it looks like they're doing just fine.
This one's all
Warriors.
about spawn. If you can hold this spawn, it's pretty easy. You get quick tube access, quick kind of half plane access, and then it's just 3B. You can flood into the hill. Like it's way too difficult for Islands to lose this as long as they're not choking gunfights left and right. So I think they'll probably get full time here, and then it'll just be a matter of can they segue into good control at P3.
Yeah, they anchored down this one real well. Looks like a couple of trades happening down on site, though they're still holding on to it with Brady holding everything down for them. Looks like they're converging towards mid, looking for the next point, setting up their angles. Warriors trying to make a push in, but Islands look like they've got it held down. Brady back on point again. He's already got 56 seconds OBJ time, almost got himself a minute already. The second closest on the Warriors will be Ren with 27 seconds. Warriors cleaning up the surrounding area. Now they'll be able to take hard point, and they'll be able to get themselves some more points as the score is 32 to 69. Nice. Warriors trying to make a little bit of a comeback, tied this game back up. Islands looking for lanes, looking for trades here, trying to take control of it again.
It's kind of crazy to me the amount of I'm seeing a lot of subs, seeing like 2 subs per team. It looks like I could be wrong here, but I know Sully's running one. Hydro looks like he's been running one, and then for Chris, for the Emperors, it's been Snapsa, and I think it's just Snapsa for them actually. So interesting that Islands has so many subs. Typically this is kind of like a very AR dominated map in my head, but apparently they're making it work.
Well, depending on the game mode, I think that might change. I think they might be relying on the fact that it's hardpoint, and there's a lot of CQC on P1, P2, P3. There's a whole lot of CQC. You can set up lanes down here for sure, but that's not where the objective would be. Unless you're trying to control spawns, I think it makes sense here to run SMG, just for the sake that it's all CQC, for the most part. If it was control, I just think maybe you'd be dealing with more lanes, but I think here, I think it's all right.
I think it plays really hot and cold, right? Like some of the corners are really SMG favored, playing around plane is super SMG favored, so you can definitely do it, but I think typically if you can get AR players into those spots, they can do a lot more damage and a lot more work, just like you were saying, but so far really close. They've kind of gone back and forth on each hill. Islands are looking to rack up some time here, but we'll see if they keep going back and forth here.
Snapsa looking in for a push, gets the trophy system, but gets taken down immediately. Trying to clear off the site for his teammates. Islands still holding it down. They've got 3 lanes covered, but Dobbs is going to take down Sully. Trying to pick apart these angles here. Brady gets the trade back on Dobbs. Islands remain in control of the point as we get ready to switch back over. And the Warriors will be right there, waiting for Island.
I love that Warriors have initial here. It's great. I see a lot of teams set up well for this hill, but not get initial time because your setup typically kind of involves somebody in wood, stairs, and somebody watching the backside, and that time player kind of is a little afraid because you get flooded from the planes, just like we're seeing right now. But good for Chronix.
Push on Chronix. Chronix is getting absolutely run over. Islands clearing off that point, trying to establish some angles here. Get set up, and they get Brady back on point. His OBJ time's already up to 1 minute and 20 seconds. He might be finishing with the most OBJ time in this game, though Ren is pretty close. OBJ players are putting in work for this team. Brady trying to hold it down, but Warriors take it right back out from under him. A pretty close game. We're almost through our first set of hard points, and it's 120 apiece, so it might be set up for a good finish.
That was a great break from Rin. And now we're going into this hill. We can see again who's going to try to hold it. This hill is really interesting because obviously you've got a flood top lane, but you also need to try to get those spawns for P2. Like I was saying, like back yellow in kind of tube and half plane. You really want to flip. So right now, Warriors are totally in control, but it looks like they push too hard, and Islands get a flip. So we've got Gravity behind them, able to pick
Warriors
them up, and Gravity will play
getting
smart.
pinched here, definitely.
Yeah, they're toast, and they gave up those spawns. Like I said, they pushed way too high. They had 4 players just across mid-map, and Gravity spawned back yellow in half plane and was able to get into it. So he's just holding spawns now, and Islands are exactly where they want to be. They should be able to get at least a couple seconds, a good chunk of time on this, and then they'll segue it really nicely to a good P2 hold.
They capitalized really well on the spawn flip. Capitalizing on the Warriors' over-aggression, though. Now they finally get flooded out after taking the lead. Warriors going to try and squeeze out what's left at this point. They got 7 seconds left and room to take the lead, but Islands already over on P2 in the second set. They're going to have control so long as Gravity is on point, and he is, though he is getting pushed by 2 Warrior players who are trading down towards mid, and Gravity's going to line him up, try to get a trade through the wall. It's not going to happen, and it looks like Islands are down to only 1 player now on point. They are spawning on the correct side of the map, so they have that advantage. Warriors are looking to make a push.
Yeah, and this is where they got clean wiped it, basically, except for the 1 player in hill, and because they spawned so close, it's way too easy. I think if Warriors wanted to break this, I think Rin, maybe Snaps, are really needed to hit the flank a little earlier and hold that down. So Rin's doing it right now, but I don't know if he's going to be able to hold this, and it's maybe a little too late. I guess there's still 20 seconds left, but they're not going to get as much time as they should for a good break on this. So I think it's focusing going next. Looks like Gravity's already thinking next. Can't tell if he's top or bottom plane, but he's looking to do something here. Islands are early on the rotations again.
Warriors did everything right with that squad wipe to try and get that P2, but it still didn't work out in their favor because of those spawns. And now Islands already on to P3, completely set up with a minute to play. We've got a full push coming in from the Warriors. It's going to be a trade battle. Snapsa goes down to Brady. Dobbs finds a trade on Soli. Hydro back onto Rin. Trades left and right. Teams both fighting for possession of P3 here in the second set. Islands nearing that 200-point mark. And I think, oh no, Warriors found point again. Island will have to reset.
They're starting to pull away a little bit, though. Islands are starting to pull away a little bit here, though. I think, like I said, the Hydra is just slaying out. 24 kills already. Nobody even really close except maybe Dobbs. And Dobbs with 0 hill time, I think, might be kind of hurting his team a little bit. The fact that he's not picking up those spawns and Islands are still beating him to rotations is meaning if you don't have hill time and you're not getting rotations, you're kind of getting useless kills to some extent.
Yeah, tough spot for Dobbs, not being able to capitalize as much as he would like on trying to spawn for OBJ time. I assume that's just his role that he's been designated for this game, but not having the effect probably the Warriors would have hoped, at least to the extent that they would have hoped. Islands now getting real close, just 20 points out from securing this victory with 50 points left on the point. They have the potential to get it done here, though. Warriors move in to contest. Snapsa finds one. He's going to have the point to himself. Reinforcements coming in. It's a 1v1 on point, but the rest of the reinforcements are here. Gravity is going to spray down the lane, trying to find somebody, but it's not going to happen. Warriors staying in this game. Gravity finds the trade, gets taken out himself. Warriors keeping Islands off this point. They looked like they've been set up to take it and win the match on this point, but it's not happening yet, as the Warriors will hold it just long enough to push it to the next point.
This is massive, but I think now Warriors really need to set their sights on the next hill, because if they don't go early, Islands can win straight off of it. If Snapsa doesn't get this
player over there. Oh, Snapsa,
big gunfight. Big win.
That's going to be tough to come back from if you're the Warriors. You had your player there who was going to beat everyone else, but did not win the battle now. It's Brady on point with 10 seconds to go here on the last point of the set. 200 to 240. We've got no one on site. Warriors making a push in, but Islands are going to meet them right there. And looks like they're going to be able to hang on for a little bit. Chronic's trying to stay alive and get these points, trying to decontest the site. Islands working back towards mid, trying to get on a flank route, but it's not going to happen. Warriors are staying in this. They're making it interesting for us.
Yeah, and this is an easy hill to hold with maybe only 1 or 2 guys. So I loved Snapsa pushing through top lane. It looks like Dobbs is trying to get top lane control as well, making sure that they're not losing just off an early kind of lane control off the rotation. So this is pretty good so far, but I think we might see game here. This is hard to break.
Set up really well. Contest isn't enough. Islands take the first map of the set, 250 to 221. That was a fine game. I thought that either team had it at many points of the match.
Super back and forth for sure. It was definitely like really close for the first maybe rotation to hills. Then kind of early second rotation to hills, we started to see Islands pull away because, like I said, Gravity got a really good kind of flip spawn off of Warriors pushing too high, and was able to get into a lot of time on P1. And then consequently, on the flip side, Warriors really went hard on P3 and P4. Those for a good amount of time, but this wasn't quite enough to chip away that the Islands built up. So
if Warriors could have capitalized on the second set, P2, when they got that squad wipe in, and Islands all spawned right next to point, that we might have seen a different outcome. Though the spawns just weren't on their side. They'd done everything right on that P2. However, they still didn't come away with the majority of site points, which is disappointing if you're the Warriors. You do as much as you can correctly, and it doesn't work out in your favor. Close match.
Yeah, I think whenever you get in that wipe in P2, you really need to have one of two things happen. You need somebody kind of on that back little wooded area behind Tube to try to force spawns out, to try to clean out that hill once and for all. They didn't have that. Or you need somebody kind of on the yellow crate just outside of hill, not the one close to it, but the one that you can get on top of near the wing. You need to get up there to be able to look into those spawns so you can at least slow them down, let your team get into position. This is one of those maps where you've just got kind of such a long lane to run sometimes, depending on where you spawn. So you really need to buy a lot of time, create a gunfight, slow the other team down so that your team get into position. But considering that there was, what, a whole team worth of stands, 4 stand-ins, that was a pretty good game.
Yeah, there's 3 stand-ins on United Islands. So Hydro is
Hydro's playing solo.
He's playing
Hydro's playing solo. Hey, we say he's hard carrying, but Brady had a good map.
He did have a really
I think Sully did pretty well, and like I said, Gravity once or twice just got a really nice early rotation. So, you know, his stats are not backing up his impact on the map, but he was definitely getting stuff done, which is a good contrast. You know, obviously, I think Dobbs is one of the better AR players in the league, but didn't get any hill time, just wasn't able to get those spawns, wasn't holding it down. So it's kind of interesting. I'm curious to see when we get to second hard point, if we get to second hard point, what it looks like for those guys, because, you know, it's first game of the season, first series of the season. We'll see how everybody kind of plays together.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a multitude of things. It is the first real set of games, like you said, this season. So it could be jitters, it could be dudes trying to outplay themselves or play beyond their ability to try and really cement themselves as a team player. I think it's just bad luck for Dobbs that set. I think his gunplay, his mechanics were all just fine. I just don't think that the luck was on his side. The players that peaked him, the players that he found, just weren't the ones he needed in order to work spawns and help clear sites. So I think Dobbs is just going to shake that off. I think that was just a set of luck that he would have rather avoided. But I think he's going to come out very strong at the end of the set.
I think it's a little bit of, again, none of this is saying he's a bad player. None of this is saying he's not pulling his weight or not executing on what he needs to. But it's really interesting to see guys with really nice KDs and really clean score lines, and dudes that if you just kind of look at snippets of the map, you're like, wow, he could shoot. Wow, he could do this. Wow, he could do that. But at the end of the day, like, hardpoint and even control, like, these are all objective game modes. We're not playing TDM. So it's really interesting to see how impactful somebody is. And if he's getting that many kills and not necessarily impacting it, his efficiency, for me, isn't super duper high. So
we'll go into the second map of the second set of the day. This is Search and Destroy on the classic time-tested raid. Love to see it. We've got the Warriors on the offensive here, pushing towards B site at the pillar. Sully moving on to site, looking aggressive. He's spotted Doyle. He knows, or not, excuse me, not Doyle. Dobbs, wrong player. Spotted Dobbs, gets taken down, being overzealous, trying to get the peek off on his own. Gravity working towards mid now. looking to see who he can pick off. It's a 2v3 now as Dobbs finds Brady. That's his second frag already. I told you his mechanics are going to come through eventually. Snaps finds Gravity, Hydro onto Chronix, and that's over. That's it. Warriors take the first round in a TDM style fashion, and who's the one to help him there? The player we were just talking about, Dobbs, picking up 2 of the first.
Yeah, that was a fast round, to be honest, I think. This is where it'll be interesting to see if these guys have played. I mean, obviously they haven't played that much together, if at all. But, you know, teamwork in Search is, I think, kind of downplayed a lot. You know, it's important to have trades. It's important to have little looks. So we'll see how this one goes.
It is, and I'm curious to see if we'll see any slower kind of plays come out from either of these teams. Looks like these guys are playing a 1-2-1. Dobbs running towards the B site. We've got 2 possibly AR players playing mid. I'm not sure of that, but looks like this is a little bit more set up than the other one. We've got Gravity working in the pool, trying to set up some sort of flank. Wow, Rin on the Hydro, and Dobbs finds Sully at the same time. So already a 2v4. Chronix looking down. Does he know Gravity's there? Rin looking in the pool as well. Snapsa finds Brady. It's a 3v1. It's up to Gravity, who's still taking a swim. I'm not sure what he's up to, but Rin has spotted him. Misses the shot. Gravity's actually going to get away from the sniper for the moment. Now he's going to try and make the cross, and he gets across safely, but Dobbs is right here, has the angle. Let's see if Gravity checks it. He does not. Gravity gets caught with his pants down, and that's the second round of the Warriors.
Good setup from Warriors there. Once they got the couple picks, it was free. But I like how they closed in. Dobbs playing really good sidelines, really good angles. This is where he comes into his own. There's no such thing as a useless kill in Search, so, you know, they were playing it really well, and the fact that they have the slaying power of Rin and Dobbs and those guys is coming in.
Their map control was fantastic there, too, for Dobbs to all the way get back into their spawn.
Yeah, I think
beneficial.
When you have a good sniper, that opens up a lot of maps. It makes it so the other team can't play along sidelines because they just lose. The snipers in this map or in this game are crazy. So if you've got a good one, it's it's difficult to play against.
Hydro set up, overlooking B site. Gravity hits the jump shot onto Chronix, but Dobbs trades Gravity right back out. Hydro's going to look to trade that kill as well. He's been spotted, though. Now he's taking shots. He's going to have to try and play back just a little bit. He might have spotted Rin there. I'm not sure, but Rin going to take the snipe battle. Let's see if Hydro shows his cards. Oh, no, not caught in the right, looking the wrong direction. Now Rin's waiting for the repeat, but he won't get it. It's a 2v3. Rin and Dobbs still alive on the Warriors. Dobbs looking to make a play here. Let's see if they can pull anything back in their direction.
A lot of time to work with, but to be honest, it goes kind of quick. I'll be interested to see. These are 2 of the slower players, right, in Rin and Dobbs. So I'm curious. They're going to have to move eventually. I like what Islands are doing right now, just kind of hanging tight, watching their sidelines. Gravity's playing a good corner. Or, sorry, Sully's playing a good corner. Or is it Brady? Brady.
Here's the peek from Rin. They're going to try and go recover bomb, but Brady's waiting real close onto that bomb site, and I don't know if either of them have been spotted yet. Now Brady finally finds Dobbs. Dobbs is going to make the call out.
Ring gets a pick up in mid as well. Ring gets a pick up in mid, which is huge. Now it's 2v1. Ooh, well done from Brady.
Well done from Brady to stay alive as long as he did on bomb.
That was fantastic. It made up. So Rin getting that pick in mid just disjointed everything. So Rin gets a snipe right before that happened, and Sully goes for the big flank. Where if Rin doesn't get that pick, this is an easy cleanup from those guys. They can pinch. Sully's flank makes sense. But as soon as that pick happens, now Sully's so far away, and if Brady loses that 1v1 there at the end, it's anybody's map. So
Islands get on the board. They'll have the offensive round this time. Warriors will be set up defensively. We've got, looks like Dobbs continues to play this B site. I wonder if he's just going to main this the entirety of the game. But the Islands are gravitating towards the B site as well. They're bringing bomb that direction. Dobbs setting up nades. Trying to maybe get a hit marker, see if anyone's there that he hasn't seen yet. Brady finds Snapsa, gets the headshot on him. Hydro now finds Dobbs. Islands suddenly looking really good here. In a 4v...
Big
was a
flank
4v2.
from Chronix.
Now we've got it down to a 2v2. Sully finds Chronix, so the trade is alive. Now it's Brady and Sully trying to find Rin as bomb gets down. They'll set up a crossfire, waiting for Rin to come and try and defuse. Rin is mid, and I don't think either of them are looking this direction. Sully might hear Rin, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. Rin sneaking around, going to try and clear sight. Not going to find... Whoa! Ruff fills up the scope, and Rin gets taken down by surprise. He wasn't expecting that.
That was unfortunate. That was unfortunate for both of them, really. I think Sully might have been a little bit surprised seeing him there, too. I don't know if he heard him, but good little peek. I liked the way that both Brady and Sully were playing that, just watching each other's crosses. Sully had a great spot where he's not going to get picked off from that top laundry or top art area, so it was good to see a nice little setup there.
Dobbs with 751 damage so far. Warriors taking the bomb A this time. They're going to use that pool. Doesn't provide as much cover as I think people would have hoped. It's pretty easy to see someone in the pool. So
I think you definitely can slip under the radar, though. If people aren't really looking for it, I think because of what you were just saying, it's pretty easy to miss it just because you don't expect somebody to be in it.
Dobbs challenging Brady, but Brady's going to win that AR fight, making it a 3v3. Now Snapsa finds Gravity. 3v2. Favor Warriors. Bombs down. Chronix holding down the angle. Knows where Brady is. He's going to take the peek, and that'll make it a 2v1. It'll be Hydro versus Rin and Chronix. Hydro gets in there and finds Chronix with a pistol, but Rin's up there with a sniper, and that'll end the round. Close match. Close round. Warriors take a lead.
These are tough. These are tough. Like I said, these maps are playing a little, or this game at the very least is playing a lot quicker than the search games I was in. I don't know if that's map based. I don't know if that's player based, but I think maybe a little bit of both. But right now, it's pretty exciting.
I think both of these teams are maybe playing for more kills than bomb plants. I think if they're playing as if, well, if we get bombed down, that's great, but really we should just play these angles and try and trade everyone out. So far, that's what we've seen. The bomb has gone down in a couple of rounds, but mostly this aggression from Chronix here is just what I'm talking about. You just see these guys going for peaks that maybe you wouldn't if your sole purpose was to get the bomb down. But we've got Brady over there on B site where nobody is. I think Snaps is finally figuring it out that, wait, we don't see anybody mid. It's got to be over towards B. As the bomb finally gets put down, Warriors will have to rotate and try and set up for a retake. The island's being down a player now.
Ooh, big snipe from Hydro. Let's see if he can get another one. If he keeps looking there, he'll still Rin in a second. He's just playing safe. He's worried about getting flanked.
Oh, Gravity with the jump shot. Dobbs and Chronix take care of Gravity and Hydro, and it's just Brady left with the bomb down. It's his only advantage in this fight.
Ooh, he got a little panicky there. Got a little panicky there. If he could have held on maybe a little bit longer, but I'm not sure if they saw him or not before he started hopping around, but I think he could have held his nerve a little bit longer there.
Maybe delayed the bomb defuse just for a second, maybe secure his team the victory that way, but it's pretty hard when you've got 3 players closing in on you with no cover.
Yeah, great little play from Chronix and whoever's right behind him. I don't remember who, but great little. I love the double push. It's making sure you're going to get traded at the very worst. So good teamwork, and then the timing from Rin to push through the other side as well at the same time was good.
Warriors trying to come away with a 4-2 lead here. We'll see if Islands switch up their strategy at all. Being down 2 rounds. Looks like they'll split across the map. Both teams pretty evenly fanned out here. Looks like we'll have some trades. Go down towards the B side. Dobbs spotted Brady. He's getting hit markers. I would be careful of that window if I were Dobbs. Sully's on the flank already. Gonna find Snapsa. Now it's a 3v4. Islands opening up. And that's going to change the dynamic of the round almost immediately. They're going to be looking as Dobbs finds Brady, making it a 3v3. Sully waiting for Warriors to push out. It's not going to happen now. Dobbs finds Gravity down towards mid. Try and repeat Hydro, and Dobbs will get Hydro as well.
Man,
fantastic stuff out of
that one hurt to watch. That one hurt to watch. I know Warriors played that well, obviously. Dobbs, I think, got 2 great picks, like this is a good pick, but man, we have to have a better hold from Islands there. Sully was in a great spot. Hydro was in a good spot. Gravity was in a good spot, and then they just got antsy. They got antsy. They started saying, "Oh, we need to go," but you're on defense. You don't need to go.
Yeah, a little bit of a lack of coordination on the Islands now as we get into the later rounds. They seem to fall apart pretty early. Even if the round was no way! Oh my gosh, Brady.
Good nade. He might have flak on as well, though.
Good nade. I can't believe he decided to hold that angle.
Well, I think as well. I think the nade landed on the other side. There's like little, kind of tiny little walls there, tiny little pillars or something. I think the nade landed on the other side of one. So.
Snaps are going for that same flank. He's not going to get a clean kill, but he knows that there's at least 2 players in there. Now he gets the nade onto Brady. Jumping shot onto Gravity, but Gravity wins that fight. It's a 3v3.
I just got an SMG now.
Chronic's looking to see if anybody pushes past mid. He might get his chance, but Dobbs finds Sully. Chronix, oh, not the timing. I don't know if he heard Hydro or not. He knows one's there. Hydro's smart enough, though. He checks the corner. He knows one's there, so he's not going to walk out. He's going to try and ask for a flank on that position as Islands take bomb out of mid and will try and reposition themselves.
Warriors are in almost the same setup that Islands was last time. Almost the same. Only difference is Dobbs or Rin being kind of in this big pickup.
Awesome.
Can he get
shot
second?
From Rin.
Keep it.
And finds the second. Oh my god. Rin going off with the sniper that game. That's the match. Warriors take a 6-2 victory. This is a dirty spot. They never saw Rin. So Warriors even it up. They find themselves a win on S&D. And who were we talking about? Dobbs came into his own in
Dobbs
search.
and Rin both. Yeah, that was great.
Glad to see that.
Yeah, I think it's kind of what I was saying, where in a more fluid kind of objective game mode like Control or Hardpoint especially, I think if you're the guy that's getting kills, they need to be purposeful kills, because in theory getting a kill does nothing other than buy you time and buy you space on the map. And so if you're getting kills and nothing's getting picked up behind it, or you yourself aren't picking anything up off of that kill, doesn't mean anything. The same applies in search, but a lot less so, because you can get numbers up, you can go 3v2, you can go 4v2 if you're just playing picks. And I think in all the games I've played and all the teams I've played against, that's kind of everybody's MO. That's like the way everybody kind of wants to go, especially with how good snipers are, especially with how good ARs are in this game. Like everybody's playing a little slower, playing a couple picks, 1 or 2. You're looking to maybe trade out at worst and then eat up a little space. Get a trade, eat a little space. Right, and go from there. I don't think we're seeing, outside of maybe the couple crazy rounds that we had at the beginning, and then maybe 1 or 2 flanks from Chronix or somebody else. It was a slower, get a pick, push up kind of game.
It's interesting to see how these teams are gonna develop and play. I'm interested in seeing how what kind of trends we find in their play styles, especially in Search and Destroy. I'm from Counter-Strike, and Search and Destroy is one mode that I can really grasp a lot better than most. Are we doing Raid again, Harm?
Everybody loves Raid.
I guess we are.
Everybody loves Raid.
And favorite.
Yeah, we're not really in control of the maps right now. It's all on the captains to pick their own maps.
Okay, cool. Cool, so they want another game on Raid. Here we've got Control. Series set is tied at 1 map apiece. We're on to map 3 now. This is the second time we played Raid. However, we're on Control this time. Chronix opening up mid. On to Soli. Hydro's going to try and find that trade, and he does. Now looking for more. Gets traded back out by Chronix. Gravity, lots of trades happening down mid. Looks like Island's pushing towards the A site. Warriors finally picking up on that. They're going to try and rotate over there as well, get themselves defensively set up. But trades happening left and right. Chronix opening up very strong. He's already 3-1 with OBJ kills on his stat line. And first little flurry to see where a team can make an impression first. I think the Warriors are trying to start up both objectives, get their first tick wherever they can, and then dedicate themselves. And it looks like that's going to be on the B site. They've opened up here pretty well and are getting set up with all the angles that they can.
Yeah, both of these sites actually are, if you can take them, which is obviously no easy task, but if you can take them, it can be pretty easy to hold them, potentially, if your setup is right. So, right now, seems like Island's slayed out really nicely, regain control of B. I didn't see that happening so easily, but looks like Warriors are maybe split a little bit here. Snapso's going for a kind of split little sneaky cap on A, while the rest of the team's streaming into B. I think we'll see how that goes. I think it's smart because it's pulling people away, but if they're losing their gunfights and getting cleaned out, it's just not going to happen regardless.
Islands absolutely just cleaned out the Warriors. They still have lots of progress on that B site, though. Dobbs on that third tick, gonna try and finish it off as the Island's trying to swing across mid, but they're getting picked off by Rin. Rin canceling all the rotations that he can, but finally Dobbs gets taken down. B site won't be taken immediately, but the Warriors are gonna trickle in, at least with Chronix, and Chronix is gonna try and clean this up. And he will get the B site, so all the effort now will be on A. And as both teams converge on location, you've got Gravity and Hydro cleaning up as much as they can, but Warriors keeping up with that pressure. It looks like they might have a good foothold in the rest of this game.
Gravity's got a great spot here. If he can just play that slow, play a little sneaky, get a couple picks, I think it's fantastic. Whenever you're a defensive team, if you can put the other team on a clock of not having a lot of lives, it helps so much. Oh my god, I thought he was going to go for the assassination when I saw him.
Gravity not making his presence known until he has to. 3 respawns left on the Warriors. The United have 6 left, so the advantage goes to Islands, even though they don't have they've lost an objective. They still have more lives. Warriors are gonna have to slow things down a lot here. Set up an angle, look for maybe a roaming Islands player. Sully waiting for the peek from Snaps, and now they're gonna try and fight 3 Warriors at once, but Hydro's there on the flank. 1 respawn remaining now. Now the no respawns remaining for the Warriors. They've got 4 players, and that's it. Their lives are in S&D mode right now. They've got to play their lives and try and play TDM for a bit. Gravity goes down by Dobbs. Dobbs keeps his life. Hydro waiting on the corner, takes down Chronic. Snapsa loses his life as well. Rin finds another. It's a 2v6 essentially. It's Rin and Dobbs. Sully takes down Rin. Now it's just Dobbs left. He's 8 and 6. He lines up 2 of them, but he can't finish the job. That's gonna be it for round 1 of Control. And Warriors might have just played that too aggressive. They lost their lives a little too fast.
Yeah, I think, like I said, it took them. They had 1 or 2. I think it was when Dobbs snuck around poolside and was trying to finish that B side. Rin got 2 kills in mid, and I would have loved to see Rin push through. Dobbs had just got to kill a pool, and then Rin put 2 more dead in mid. Like, you got to go get your control. You got to push up. You got to make sure that B side gets captured without losing any more lives. Because if you're spending extra lives to do it, then you're going to be in trouble in the long run.
So Warriors lose the first round to perhaps some over-aggression and some missed chances. Another flurry down mid. We saw that last round where both teams rushed towards mid and just traded each other out. Both teams end up with 24 respawns at the end of the first flurry. Islands looks like they're gravitating towards B, but they have 1 player on the A site, and it's just Rin over there to take care of it as Brady is working down the first tick of this B site, and it's just him now versus Snapsa. Finally, Warriors getting a read on it, but Brady's going to take them both down. Now he's guaranteed this first tick at A site, while the rest of the Warriors fight over at B, trying to contain the rest of the island. Brady is just cleaning up here at B site. He's got a 3rd pick. He's still working this A site into the 2nd tick. Fantastic stuff from Brady. The rest of the rest of the islands are over here working on B site, and they've got almost the first tick here, but not quite. They're very, very close. While they get the first tick on B, Brady has the first tick on A. The Islands finally taking control of one of those, while the Warriors decontest their B site. So very quickly, very aggressively, United Islands take the A site. Fantastic stuff out of Brady. That was awesome.
Yeah, and again, like I said, just kind of playing super aggressive, super clean. They win their gunfight, and they flood into one site. Now the map's kind of flipped. I'll be curious to see, once Island starts getting picks here, where Warriors are going to spawn. They're probably going to spawn out at A, and it'll be really interesting to see kind of, yep, there we go, kind of laundry corner. And so this is what I'm saying, where you can almost spawn trap the team in that corner if you get set up properly here on B, if they can take it.
Respawn advantage goes to the Islands, which is a fantastic thing to have on the offensive side. You can be a little bit more aggressive than you would normally than if you had a lesser amount of respawns. They're evening up a little bit more now. Hydro being very aggressive towards the A site, spraying down Dobbs, picking up Chronix, taking a swim, moving his way over to the B site. Sully and the rest of Islands trying to fight off spawns here, fight off lanes, make sure that the Warriors don't come in as they try and capture this B site, but they've been reset, so Warriors are going to have a full reinforcement set here on the B site. It's going to be a trade fest.
Yeah, nice little back and forth here. We're going to see it's 10-9 right now. Kills are even. Time is pretty even. You know, we're not under a super clock yet, but that last minute is going to tick down quick. So we'll see if Sully can play his life here. He's got to do something pretty big, I think, being that guy that's advanced there. Chronix is in a great spot right here to just pick up some free kills, but he kind of...
Maybe not.
Fell asleep there
Fell
a little
asleep
bit.
at the wheel.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he laid down to take a nap. But good pickup from
Warriors
Dobbs.
decontesting that B site very effectively. They've got a big setup over there, and now finally the Islands are running out of respawns. The favor goes to the Warriors as they try and get set up some angles here on the B site. Rin cleaning up shop. Chronix and Snaps are both getting picks. Islands down with 3 respawns compared to Warriors 7, and they have the majority of their players over at that B site. The rest of them over towards mid trying to cut down these respawns. Islands, again, going to have to slow it down like we saw the Warriors in the last round.
Yeah, I think Brady trying to be a little sneaky here, but I think Chronix being in this top bedroom. Oh, goodness, he got picked out of it. That might break something wide open for us. Nope. Gravity getting picked up in mid while that happened means that Warriors can just flood right back in here, and it should be game. This should be way too easy for them to clean up. Unless something crazy happens, I think Warriors can clean this up really nicely.
Islands need an absolute miracle, someone to go off insane. Brady tries to make a play, but it doesn't happen. Warriors even up the match at 1 round apiece. They waited out the Islands just long enough, ran them out of respawns, and made it very difficult to try and take this B site. They were anchored down on site, winning gunfights when they needed to, and they were also up towards mid, taking care of spawn traps. So really good stuff from the Warriors on the defensive side here.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if anybody comes up with an answer to that spawn, because to be honest, that spawn kind of top laundry that is able to flood down through kitchen, flood down through like money and get that control of the hill, like it's almost way too easy to get that back. So I'm really curious to see if a team can figure that out. You know, United Islands clearly couldn't in that last round, but Warriors had a good setup getting the guy into top bedroom and being able to set things up. So
big push from the Warriors here onto A site. Hydro playing the top of the pillar, taking care of 2 players already, looking for more with the pistol. Not going to get any more, though. Islands come out strong with the defense on A site. Warriors are going to have to regroup. You might see him trickle over towards B side already. Chronix shooting across mid, picking up Gravity. Brady holding down the backside of B, looking for players to come flooding in as they are. Chronix going to try and make a push as well, but Sully's already on the flank. Sully might get shot in the back. He's going to have 2 players looking right at him, and he gets taken down. Lots of flurry here at the beginning. Chronix still picking up players this round. I don't know if he's died yet since the start of this third round, excuse me.
Well, he goes down there, I believe.
Dobbs.
Dobbs with big plays in this kitchen control. Kitchen control is huge for this. I'm curious to see how he plays this. Like I said, kind of working around kitchen. This heady here, like I call it garden heady. I'm sure other people have different names for it, but like garden money kitchen are everything for getting B. So if Warriors can get this one, I think they should be able to pry away A, to be honest.
Sully sees the barrel of Rin's gun, but still gets taken down by Dobbs. It's not going to be enough. Snaps are taking care of Hydro. They're going to take care of all this B site as much as they can. They're going to get that last tick. Islands will have to rotate over towards the A site, and they haven't done it yet, and Chronix has beat them to it. They're going to have an angle advantage here. The Warriors will, as the Islands come flooding in. Slight respawn advantage to the Warriors, but Islands finally take control of that A site, as the Warriors will have to regroup and reset for another push here.
Yeah, what do you think is the best way the Warriors can break this right now?
They need angles in the backfield where Gravity is at. They need an angle down towards that spawn, and then they need an angle across mid as well. I'm not too worried about long lanes here. You can run around the A site like a madman and play CQC somewhat effectively. So if you can take care of one spawn lane and then maybe a mid lane, I think you have a really good chance of taking the A site. Dobbs working all the way across, going to try and pick one off, but he's not going to have anybody peek him. He's going to regroup. And Brady just waiting for him here. Easy spray down for Brady. He gets taken down, both of them. Now the Warriors down to 4 respawns left. Each teammate of the Warriors left with 2 lives, essentially, compared to the Island's 9 respawns. This is looking real bad for the Warriors the second time around on offense.
Yeah, they started so well getting that beat. They in my opinion, they fixed what they messed up on last round, which is the kind of clarity of everybody hitting one site and really being super sure of it. They did a great job of it. We're able to get B early, but I'm curious. I don't think they're going to be able to get this done. There's a lot of respawns left still for United Islands, so.
Brady taken down, being a little aggressive on top of the pillar. Actually, quite a few picks for the Warriors, but they're left with just 2 players. It's a 2v6 if you want to say it like that. They have 2 players on the OBJ. Sully gets taken down, but Chronix is the only one left alive now with no respawns left. He finds one, but it isn't enough. United Islands finish out the round with about 4 respawns left, I believe it was. And they'll come away with the lead as we move on to round 4, match point for United Islands. I don't want to say the Warriors had a lack of site commitment, because they certainly did. They opened up B site extremely fast and they took it extremely effectively. But when it came to rotating across the map and getting over into B site, they couldn't get it done. I don't know if it was a lack of gunfights or lack of spawn trapping, but United Islands able to just once again wear them down, make them exhaust all their respawns, and ultimately come out on top because of it.
Yeah, I think last round there was a series where kind of Hydra and Gravity just held that back laundry for like maybe 4 or 5 kills, maybe a solid minute, 2 minutes straight, and it was way too easy for them to clean that up. And if you can't get that laundry control, you're gonna have a hard time getting A, I think.
Big
you're able to just look down
right there to get Brady off the site. That was big. Or Gravity, excuse me. Islands just bullying the Warriors at A site. They're gonna have to give it all up and just retreat back to the B site, because they just got ran over at
yeah, Warriors just giving it up. Warriors giving it up, and then we'll be curious to see, like, this is where, you know, is Snapsa going to push in and get that top kind of bedroom control and kind of flip the map in half? I'm curious. That's how they played it last round. I'll be wondering if they want to do it again.
Islands are so good at map control right now. They've just absolutely been closing in, but Snapsa finds 2. Dobbs finds a 3rd, so maybe a little bit of momentum change for the Warriors here. They finally get Islands off their backs. Islands were suffocating them on the B site. They had just pushed all the way from A across the map and have been bullying the Warriors at the start of this, but we see them picking up a couple of trades now. Islands now with the disadvantage of respawns, 19 to 15 favor of Warriors. They have a few more lives than them, so we'll see how well Warriors can keep winning these trades here. Chronic's going to find 2 towards mid, and that's going to get them even closer to a round victory if they can keep up these gunfights. Radiant Sully finds 2. Chronix finds himself 1.
Yeah,
I don't see Islands really making a dedicated push for the B side. I think they might be trying to play their lives and wear the Warriors down out of lives like they have the last 2 rounds that they've won. 13 to 10 now. It's getting a little closer. But
I think they're going to run out of time if they try that. It's I think the time to play your life and look for picks and wear the lives down has passed. I think they need something big to happen. They need an individual to get 2 or 3 and trade in a big way. Like, it's not going to happen the way they're going right now, where it's 1 for 1, slowly pushing in. It's going to be really difficult.
30 seconds on the clock now. 10 to 8 respawns. We've got Warriors all over the B site. Islands are nowhere near it. Oh, no. Sully finds Snapsa, but they're not on site. They're not looking to take anything. Rin finds Sully. Dobbs finds Hydro. It's 8 to 5 with 10 seconds of playtime left. It's looking like we're not going to have any sort of OBJ capping or even run out of lives here. It's going to run out of regulation time. Brady's going to try and find 1 more pick, and that should be game. Warriors even it up at 2 apiece. They hang on.
I think Doyle made a really good point in chat. I was gonna bring it up, but we got a little sidetracked. So Doyle reminded me, or we'll give him the credit for it. Forget me. Doyle nailed it. I think Gravity was kind of trying to hit the flank there and was pushing kind of the top steps, like back jungle, and that just doesn't work because you're forcing Warriors there to spawn on the hill. Like it's not gonna happen if they're literally spawning on the hill. So you kill one and then they just spawn right up again. I think they really need to on offense here. Like, Warriors need to get 1 hill, and then it's all about that kitchen control. You got to pry the map away from you. Have to tear one team off of one side by getting that kitchen control and splitting them away from the point they want to be on. No flurry in mid.
Task.
No flurry in mid to start this map. They playing a little conservative maybe, or a story of what's to come. Every round so far we've seen like 4 or 5 deaths straight away. and this round not so much.
Tie game as we get towards the end of the match. Both teams being a little bit more conservative with their lives now. Looks like Warriors have a decent push onto B, but Island already flooding in. Slowly working the back spawns, trying to catch anyone off, trying to rotate into B site. Dobbs winning the 1v1 on B, but Island gets traded out. Trades left and right. Both teams not ending up with a whole lot. Warriors have 3 players on A site, and I don't know if Islanders are going to let this go, if they're going to try to contest. They have enough players here to do so, and Sully is pushing in. Trophy systems are down. Nades aren't going to help here. They have to get on and contest. Sully jumps in and finds one. Brady.
Big flank from Sully and Brady there pulling A control away. Let's see if they're going to sit on it and try to kind of de-escalate some of these control tiers. I think that would be huge.
Hydro putting in work on the B site while Warriors are taking it. He finds one pick. He's going to push in. Find a second. That's huge from Hydro to be able to take 2 players off the B site. It might not be enough. Dobbs is still here with enough time to take it. Gravity might not find him in time. And Gravity gets picked off by Chronix from mid. That's a huge play from Chronix. Now we've got B site taken by the Warriors and A site already with 2 ticks on it. So Warriors in a real good spot. They only have 11 respawns remaining, but that's more than enough to hang on to A site for a single tick.
Yeah, it's still pretty close in respawns. I think Warriors are going to have to play a little bit slower here, just get things kind of even back out life-wise. Like I said, they really need to get that kind of mid, like kitchen control, pillar control, and
look at this flank from Chronix.
Force United out.
On the other side of the map. Waiting for respawns, trying to pick off anybody that comes through that lane. Sully finds Rin. Island holding down the A site, but Dobbs is going to get a flank pick. It's going to be huge. Now the push is going to come in. The pinch will hopefully be effective for the Warriors. Oh, Dobbs gets caught with his pants down, and Hydro picks up 2 kills. That's huge for Islands.
That was it. If they could have cleaned up Hydro, then they were able to turn around. They had it looked like Gravity spawning out, and they could have maybe done something big. Warriors going to have to play slow, look for picks. It's basically an S&D game at this point.
The match might have ended with Hydro picking up those 2 kills. Warriors are they're so close to taking both OBJs. Ren gets 1, but it's just a hellfire of barrels being pointed in his direction. Islands have this so locked down, and with no respawns remaining, it's a 2v9 at this point. Chronix is on point. He's going to try to make something happen, but can't get the shot off. Only 16 seconds left. It's just Dobbs and Snapsa. Dobbs finds 2, though. That's huge, and they have point. The only one that's going to meet them there is Hydro. He's going to have to contest.
You got lives. You got lives. You got to contest. Oh my goodness, are they going to lose lives?
Dobbs is last alive, and it was so close.
Thank goodness.
Oh, no.
When we were spectating Islands and 3 of them were like kind of slowly approaching the hill, I was like, no, you got to go. You got to contest. And finally, they got enough guys spawning up. They flooded in. It was almost big from Dobbs. They were close. They were maybe 5 seconds away from capping that off. That's crazy. I think if they didn't sit right on top of each other there.
Islands almost fell asleep there. If Brady, because they didn't look like they were full sprint from mid to go.
No, they weren't. They weren't. That's what I'm saying. Is I don't know if the call was to wait for help or what, but that's what I was saying. Where they almost. They kind of made me some heart palpitations there. Got a little close, you know. I was having some.
I thought Dobbs had it.
I was having some. So I think if Dobbs and Rin hadn't laid right next to each other, they might have been able to clean that up. Like I think if one of them, maybe when Dobbs got those 2 kills, I think if Rin would have hopped up onto kind of pillar there, like onto statue there, and would have been able to look out, they might have been able to pull something off just because they could stop contesting. They could have caught Islands in that kind of stutter step that they almost hit right before hitting the hill, and it would have made, in my opinion, would have made a big difference because, you know, if you're Warriors, those are the 2 guys you want alive in that hill and the other team spawning up. Those guys can watch those sight lines. Dobbs could pick up mid. Rin could pick up laundry and jungle kind of corner, and that would be, I mean, that's a perfect world almost. I mean, obviously they're down lives and everything. It's not great. Their backs are against the wall, but if you're in that situation, those would be the 2 guys that you want doing it. I'm gonna refresh some water. Hopefully I don't miss any.
like we lost the lobby. We're gonna get set back up for the next map here. Harm, did you get my message?
Yeah. Did Warriors not win? Was it?
I was fairly certain the Islands took 3 rounds.
Oh, my bad.
I'm second guessing myself now.
Oh no. I think the teams are going to be backwards for this game.
Are the teams backwards?
Yeah, I think so.
So the names, or yeah, they are.
Yeah,
backwards.
the team names are backwards. I told them before the series that Hydro team is the red team, but they spawned in as the blue team, so it is what it is.
Okay, new challenge. The team that is playing is not the team that what is. Okay. Holy moly, this is going to be difficult. All right. So, we're back on hard point. Warriors look like they have good map control here. Dobbs finds one down lane. Snapsa finds one. Ren finds one. Looks like they opened up fairly well. I'm going to try and contest as respawns come in from the backside. Brady holding it down the lane. Warriors opening up fairly strongly. Brady sneaking into sight. He's going to get taken down by Snapsa almost immediately. Snapsa's waiting for him. Lots of trades coming in. Warriors cleaning house. Chronix, Dobbs all coming in with trades of their own. 35-0 to start. Island still trying to make a push, trying to find a way into this site. Dobbs takes down Sully. Brady gets the trade though, however, and we move on to P2. Warriors still putting in work. Now this is difficult for me as the team names have been switched, so you see me talking about the Warriors, but it's spectating a separate team. The in-game team names were switched, so just bear with us here. Warriors holding down P2 very effectively. Islands can't seem to find a way in. Chronix, Ren both getting fantastic trades. 70, almost 80-3 now. And Chronix absolutely going off. Chronix 5-1, Ren 5-1, Dobbs 8-1. They all have their own OBJ time. Compared to the Islands, they have 6 seconds of OBJ time and only 3 points to show for it. So Warriors absolutely opening up very well on hardpoint here as they already have moved on to P3. Almost 100-point game now. Islands in a huge deficit. They're going to try and find any way they can on the point, but the angles from the Warriors are just too good right now. All their gunfights are going their way. They're trading out when they need to, and Warriors are flying towards the finish line here at this pace. Snapsa finds one. Chronix finds another. Islands are distraught right now.
What did I just walk into? This is insane. Islands are
team names are swapped, by the way.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
So the Warriors are slamming right now.
What is Goodness gracious. I left you high and dry and I come back to this.
Finally, the Islands get a little bit of a foothold on P3, I believe. And they can finally catch their breath and have a moment to try and assess what the situation is. But Warriors still coming with the pressure. It's fantastic stuff out of Chronix, Rin, the whole team. Dobbs is 11-2. With only 2 seconds OBJ time, but it doesn't matter. He's absolutely laying it down on the islands right now. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm kind of eating those words that I had earlier. Apparently Dobbs might have been listening, and he's making a statement right now. He's making stuff happen. It's hard to argue with AR play like that, isn't it?
150-17. I mean, they're racing towards the finish line. It's hard to even keep up with the amount of kills that they're getting, because I mean, they're just all over the place. The United Islands can't catch a break. They can't get in. They can't get out of a spawn trap. The angles being put down by the Warriors right now are just exactly what they need, and everything is working out for them. So minus 17 seconds of this game, the Warriors have been on point.
Yeah, this is a tough one to watch.
This is kind of a wash.
This might be it, huh?
Well, United Islands do lead the set. They lead the set 2-1.
I'm saying the game. This might be
it for
we might be
game.
calling this one already. I mean, it's at a point where Islands are gonna have to basically hold every hill almost fully for the rest of the game.
They'd have to completely flip the momentum on its head, and I don't see that happening. They've got a little bit of a foothold right now, and they're going to try and get their way back into this game a little bit, but I don't know how long it's going to last. Warriors have had the momentum since the beginning of the game and have been absolutely crushing them. So it's going to be a long way for the Islands to come back, but they have hit the 50-point marker, and you got to be feeling good about holding this point for as long as they did.
Yeah, Hydra's doing a lot to stay alive here. This is like literally all of his hill time is coming off of this hill. This guy is staying alive to the max, and he's picked up 4 or 5 kills while here too. So amazing hold from Hydro. But looks like Warriors went a little. Nope.
Oh, it's hard with the team swap.
It's 50-50. So no. Whoever was pushing top green, losing that gunfight, made it so that they had not rotated early. I think he was the only one, and if he could have got top green control, that would have really flipped it. But would have made it easy for them to grab this P1. But missing that kill made it quite difficult. So
Island's still looking for an entry. They didn't get hardly any points the first set on P1, and it's a similar trend happening here. Slowly trying to make his way in, but it's just not going to happen. 200 marker for the Warriors, and Hydro's going on a tear. Considering the circumstances, Hydro's been doing a lot of good stuff for the team this game.
Yeah, he was refusing to go down without a fight.
And 215 already for the Warriors. I mean, Dobbs is just on a tear. All of his kills are very meaningful. All of his OBJ time is meaningful. This is just, I mean, it's a wash.
Yeah, between him and Rin, it's Islands are lucky if they get any time on the map. Like, they don't even get to come out of their spawn really. Between Dobbs and Rin, they're laying out harder than anything we've seen so far.
All right, so we know now that the Warriors hardpoint Garrison, that might be their map.
Apparently.
we'll have to pay attention next time they play Garrison hardpoint, because 250-66. I mean, you don't even want to analyze that. It's not even. Yeah.
Garrison is such an interesting map, because I feel like there's definitely moments where sub players kind of take over and can have really good performances, and it's a little closer, kind of tighter map. But I feel like AR players, like if you have a super solid AR player, like, you know, in this game obviously Rin went crazy, Dobbs went crazy. If even in the games before where my team lost on Garrison hardpoint, Mello went crazy, Nick had a good game. Like, you know, the AR players were just absolutely running the show. So, okay.
Well, we get the game 5 for the second set in a row, so that'll be fun. I mean, the Warriors were so close to winning control last map, and it was really close, neck and neck game all the way through. But that was, I mean, that was the exact opposite of what we've seen. We've seen close games. We've seen close S&D games, closer than that at least. And this was just, I mean, Warriors blew through this.
Yeah, that was not close. That was the exact opposite. When we say something is close, don't look at that game as an example. That was probably the most one-sided game I've seen in a while, at least. Oh no, not Miami.
Miami to close it out.
So it'll be really
Captains have
interesting.
made their pick.
In the previous search, we saw Hydro and we saw Rin running snipers. And if there's one thing I know about Miami, snipers make a big impact. So I'm really curious to see if they stick with those guys, if they switch it up, and you know, if it is those guys, how big they can go.
The Warriors were really good holding down lanes on Garrison, and this map is lane galore. So I'm curious to see if the Warriors carry forward some of that momentum, because that was, I mean, their hands are still warm after that match. They're feeling good about themselves. It's match point, so whoever takes this map takes a set, and these teams will have a record.
Yeah, that was like I said, that's about as one-sided as it gets, and there's a lot of momentum for Warriors coming into this one here. We'll see how it goes.
So we go to S&D on Miami. Looks like Islands got out of their spawn a little bit faster than Warriors. Gravity takes down Chronix to start off the match, favoring Islands. So it'll be a 3v4. Bomb has been carried towards the B site, but Warriors have stopped, and that's the round. We didn't have a great spectator cam, but Islands just cleaned it up from the windows, I suppose. Hydro finding Dobbs down the lane. Good shot on the Dobbs there.
Great shot. That's one of those where, you know, you're a good player, you clean it up, it looks easy, but a lot of people are gonna miss that shot, or, you know, maybe hit the pole a little, hit the wall underneath. That's a tough one to hit.
So Islands answer right back after getting blown out on hardpoint, and they take the first round of search, which is exactly what you want if you're the United Islands. After a game like that, you need to take the first round fast to get you back on your feet. Bomb will be taken towards B site. Dobbs spots Hydro. They're going to engage a little bit. Chronix picks off Sully. Hydro spots Chronix, though, looking for the trade. He won't get it. Chronix will get away. Snaps spots Brady, but Brady also knows where Snaps is. He'll reroute. They're going to try and enter towards B as they get ready for a coordinated push here. Snaps is going to try and have to make do with what he can. Gravity gets caught out in the open and ultimately gets taken down. Chronix finds Brady just in time, so Snaps gets away with it, and it's a 4v1.
Yeah, that van control is so big, and finishing it off.
Warriors even it up.
That van control is massive on that hill. If any team is trying to push B site there, it is way too easy to defend it if you're on that van. But getting in there quick and being decisive about kind of holding it down is exactly what you like to see. Absolutely. I
was real surprised Snaps has stayed alive as long as he did, with two Islands players pushing him basically at the same time. But Chronix found the pick just in time to keep the trade off.
Looks like an A hit here. Looks like an A hit. Everybody's bombing A from the side of Warriors. This is pretty early on for them to be going for something completely out of the ordinary, but, you know, I like to see it because I think sometimes teams switch it up and do something crazy at the very end. Brady might have read this, though. Brady might have read this. He might be able to stop this all on his own.
Brady finds one. He's going to have the call. All of his teammates, or most of them, should be rotating off the B site. They're doing that now, checking their corners mid, trying not to get caught off, but little do they know, the entire Warriors roster is stuck in one corner of the map. Stoli finds one as well. It's a 4v2. It's Chronix and Dobbs. They're going to have to try and shoot their way out of this one. I don't know if they're going to be able to, though, with the amount of angles that are set up. Brady finds Dobbs, and it's just Chronix left in a 4v1. This is going to be a tall task to order if you're Chronix. And that's going to be it.
Super well played from United Islands there. Brady, I don't know if somebody gave him the tip off, if he got a little, you know, anonymous tip, but you know, he goes for a really good play here, getting boat control, and when you win your first gunfight and you have bow control out here, it's really, really hard for any attacking team to push through you. It's just they're gonna wind up trading. They're gonna lose more going through you than they are gonna if they're switching it up. So that was really well played by him. I also like that he played patient after getting the first pick. That was nice.
Nick, this is game 5.
Let's see if we go back-to-back, game 5, round 11s. That would be that would be quite the day, wouldn't it be? Yeah, I think Harm. I think Liam will be a little sad if he has to cast for 12 hours out of the day, or if it's full, he gets no break. But
we've got an exact strat swap here. Islands are bombing towards A, and we only have one player of the Warriors looking towards A. Site is basically open, unless
did Chronix just nade himself.
Did he?
Or did he? What just happened?
He's dead.
What did he do? It had the mistakes were made.
He must have naded himself. I didn't see it. Well, advantage goes to Islands in a critical round.
Yikes! And yeah, and like I was saying, when they don't have anybody checking A, when you don't send one beachside, when you don't send one to building here, it's super tough to defend this A push.
Bomb goes down, but Snapsa has just snuck onto site. Does anybody even know he's there? He got hit once, but
I was about to have some PTSD there. Oh
they
my
finally
goodness.
found him, and it's just Ren left alive. Brady takes him down. Weird start. Weird start if you're the Warriors. The first thing you want to do is get the momentum back on your side, even this game up. And to start that off with a team kill, or a suicide rather, not a wonderful thing you want to see. Not a great look from the free agent.
Yeah.
The rest of his gameplay has been pretty good, but
I'm not sure what happened. Like, I think normally if you nade yourself, it shows a different icon though. Like, it shows the nade icon. So I don't know what happened.
Maybe,
but
maybe
regardless,
he fell off the map or something. I don't know.
I think Snapsa went for a really big risk trying to defuse early. You know, if it pays off, you're a genius. If it doesn't, you look like a donkey. But be curious to see how Warriors come back from this. Oh, big kill there. Aggressive from Gravity. Super aggressive from Gravity.
Blaster. Dom spots one across the island, but he's gonna get peeked while trying to reload. I cannot believe he lived that, and Ren saves him. Unbelievable.
Hydra whiffing 2 or 3 shots here. These are big. Like this round is fast and furious, and people are kind of messing up left and right. This is crazy right now. We'll see if they can get that bomb down.
Warriors are trying to compensate for what happened last round. They lead in. Oh no way! Snapsa.
Get him.
What are you doing? Oh my
He was
gosh.
gonna try to assassinate him for sure.
If Snapsa got barrel stuffed there, I might have lost it. Warriors gonna try and climb back here. They're down 2-3, but that was a very strong round from them. They won all the
with the save. That kill right there was absolutely massive. Save Dobbs, save them from getting their mid broken open. I mean, if that kill goes through, I'm willing to bet Rin also dies to that same guy in maybe 2-3 seconds later. So that was a huge kill from Rin.
It's not just an important kill. Did you see the shot he hit? That's not an easy shot.
Agreed, 100%.
Rin MVP.
They're taking off heads today. Rin and Hydro, the snipers, just taking off heads. It's too easy for him on those tight shots. Chronix that rush, that mid rush, second map in a row that we've seen the mid rush.
Bomb gets dropped on A. That's gonna leave a problem on B site. Chronix trying to pick it up. Brady holding down the angle, and Chronix had line of sight. I don't know why he didn't take him down, but Brady ends up finding 2, and it's a 2v2 now.
That was another mistakes were made moment. I don't know if he meant to jump all the way to the bottom of the stairs, but that was pretty aggressive. And then Snapsa not picking up the trade is a real hate to see it moment. I think if they know he's there, if they know Brady's there, they gotta go together and they gotta do it a little more controlled instead of kind of loose cannon. Brady with a big pickup. That's 3 kills for him. Let's see if he can get the ace. 3 for Brady.
Does he get the ace?
Playing it a little slow.
He'll have to get the ace if he wants to win the round. He's gonna have to take on a sniper though. He gets bomb, and now Ren has to fall back. Brady knows where the sniper is, and he's gonna go for the kill.
They're gonna run into each other.
And he's gonna get it.
Ace. Big ace from Brady coming through. Nerves of steel. I love that push. You heard me say plant it. That's what I would have done, and I would have been dead. So clever of him to run through there, anticipate the push. I like it with that much time left in the round for him to do that. So that was the trade I was talking about. Big shots coming through. Looks like Snapsa actually played it kind of okay. He just went into the same sight line and didn't really camera hard enough. He didn't break the corner hard enough.
Yeah, Brady didn't have to move at all. He just only had to hold the trigger down and ended up getting both of them. That play from Brady is huge. I don't know if that's a big brain play or if he was just being cocky and confident going for that ace, but it worked out for him.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Oh,
Snapsa
big kill from
gets a
Snapsa here. Can they get the second?
Flick, and he picks up a second. Oh no, Ren got gravity. God, Ren is insane with this sniper already.
Down to 2-2. Seeing
Ren and
huge
Dobbs.
flurries of movement. In huge trades, huge flurries here. Every map is, or every round has kind of gone quick. And they seem to be getting faster as we go. People are getting more decisive. That's what I like to see. I think when you know what you're doing in search, that's kind of what happens. People either tend to slow down when they get nervous. Some people speed up when they get nervous, but I think the good players kind of keep that rhythm and are maybe able to match the pace of the game. So right now I'm super happy to see this, and I'm excited to see who can maybe. This is a huge round. Like if you go up 5-2, that's massive. If you go up 3-4, like you're clawing your way back in. So.
Slowly working back flank. I don't think anybody spotted him, but Ren gets
my goodness,
flicked on by Brady. But the trade comes in. It's Dobbs and Sully. I don't think Dobbs knows that Sully is on the flank that he's on. He's right there waiting for him, and he's gonna get taken down. Huge play from Dobbs. The mechanics come in and get him the round. I thought Sully had that shot the whole way.
Right. I do think that's a pretty hard gunfight to win. As much as it should be an easy one, I think it's a little difficult, right? We'll see it here. Like, that railing there eats way more shots than you would expect. And with Dobbs, the sight, the visibility of it, like with the lights right behind you, it makes it so much easier for Dobbs to see. I mean...
And Sully's a much bigger target as well.
Correct. With all that said, you gotta
appreciate Dobbs.
Shots. You gotta not miss those shots. Yeah, Dobbs hits his shots, Sully doesn't, and that's how it goes sometimes.
So 3-4, Warriors staying in it. It's not a wash. This is not the map. This is not the game we saw last map. This is so far a much more even game. Lots of commotion going on at the B site. Chronix finds Hydro, but Sully trades out Chronix. Now Dobbs waiting for Brady to peek, but he's not going to get it. Snapsa also anchoring down, looking for a peek himself. Gravity pushing in, Sully holding down mid. Each team waiting for the other to make a mistake, and no one's giving themselves up yet.
Islands look a little bit stuck right here. I don't know if Warriors are really watching what they should be watching, but if they are, then yeah, there we go. Dobbs finally just kind of looking garage. It'll be really tough for Islands to get out of here with Snaps at top piano, and then like they're just.
Look at this.
Oh
Snapsa
no,
jumps down, and
you
Snapsa gets
psycho.
taken down.
Oh, you're on defense, my guy.
That play right there could be detrimental to the rest of this game.
Well, now they get in. If you got flak, you can plant that easy. It's no problem.
His positioning was so good.
They were perfectly set up. Big win from Dobbs.
That's
Big
when I
shots
want
from
to hear the
Dobbs.
comms.
100%.
Like what was he thinking?
Dobbs gets gravity as well.
Oh, watch this from Brady.
Brady's gotta go big.
For him. Brady gets. Oh no! Dobbs finds him again. Unbelievable! I cannot believe the Warriors came out of that. That's insane.
I don't know if Brady was a little slow on his shots there, if he was trying to like play it intentionally slow and wait to see both, try to get maybe a 2-piece off of that. But I expected him to start shooting a lot earlier. That was crazy from Dobbs. Big shots here. This is a laser beam. This is actually he's hacking. That's not missing a single shot that far away. Those are good shots. And then boom, again, laser beam.
Laser beam's the right word to use.
Think he's missing one shot there? I don't shoot that straight. I don't know about you guys, but I don't shoot that straight. This guy's crazy.
I still can't believe Snaps had left that positioning. I thought once he jumped down and got taken
down,
Islands had that round for sure.
They had it. But again, like this is what we were talking about, where kind of that slaying power in search of Dobbs and Rin is making a huge dent. Every death is meaningful, and if you're getting a kill, oh my goodness.
Look at that nade from Chronix. That's huge.
I'm so happy that nade came out because both teams had rushed that the last couple of rounds. Big pick off from him.
No. Rin almost finds Sully. That nade might get him.
Sully's good. Sully's
gonna go right into Chronix, but he's gonna get away. Chronix
Lay down.
finally has to peek out of the building and gets traded out for it, but the kill does come in. It's a 2v2 now. Bomb is down.
Again, super tough spot for Warriors here. I think Brady's got to come and get closer to B. They have to get closer to B. He has to group up with Hydro here, otherwise it's done. Hydro's in a perfect... There we go. Brady, come on. Come on, buddy. I don't think they know they have bomb down either.
I think this round's going to end very quickly.
I don't think they know they have bomb down. But this is much better. This is much better. See, Rin and Dobbs playing together, the dynamic duo. Yeah, it's too easy for Hydro. That power spot was big.
Both Islands players back off while Rin is looking for either of them, but they
doesn't
both
even have time.
Position so
Just stay
quickly.
alive. Doesn't even have time.
Nope.
Just stay alive.
So Islands will get to 5 first. Islands will get to match point.
Well played from Islands there. Great bit
well
of play from
played.
Island there. Again, I think Brady was a little bit slow to maybe come over, but it winds up working out. It was pretty well played. Hard to complain.
Warriors with their backs against the wall. They've been playing for this moment for the last hour. This is their first elimination round, and they're gonna have to tie things up and take us to 11 if they wanna take a victory today and be in the win column.
Man, how big a statement would it be right now if United Islands, as a team of 3 fill-ins, 3 stand-ins, get a win in week 1? That's a message to the captain saying, hey, you should have picked me.
Exactly. Because I don't know. Oh, look at Chronix. He had 2 lined up, but he doesn't get either of them.
Great push from Islands there. This is the first time we hadn't seen somebody hit that mid piano, like through mid.
The nerves are setting in for Warriors right now, and they're playing like it. They're going to have to slow things down a lot right here if they want to try and cohesively put this round back together for themselves. But it's a 4v2 right now, and Islands has them locked down.
It is Rin and Dobbs, like we said. I think the sad piece here is that Island has total control. They're going to get this plant, almost certainly. What is taking so long? Get your plants off. You got your trophies down and everything. You got to be decisive. You got to go for it.
Dobbs spots Hydro. Island players are gonna rotate around the site now. Now bomb finally goes down. Rin has 2 lined up. He gets 1. The second doesn't come in. He almost even up the score as bomb goes down. It's Rin in a 1v3. All that stands between Islands and their first win of the season is Rin.
I think he's gonna get Sully here. For sure, he's gonna get Sully here. He's got to look down to garage right away. He's got to look down to the garage or right down the alleyway right away.
No, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. Oh my God, he doesn't know. No way. I can't believe he doesn't get Sully there. If he had gotten Sully and made it a 1v1, I would have screamed. What a finish.
But I think it speaks to kind of what we were saying, where Snaps and Chronix were just playing a little too fast and leaving Dobbs and Rin to do too much there at the end. But two games down. One goes game 5, round 11, and one goes game 5, round 10. You can't complain about that.
No, you can't. And that was
you can't
an
complain
exciting
about
finish.
that.